Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. We got a new patch in Suicide Squad supposedly addressing some of the login issues. Y'all are gonna have to let me know in the comments, did this help you? Were you able to get on? There's some other changes that we're gonna look at as well. We're gonna read the patch notes. Hello, Task Force X. The main focus of this patch is to address a number of issues that we have seen players run into since launch. Among these are fixes for various crashes, progression blockers, connectivity issues, and several server-side improvements. There are a couple of points that we specifically wanted to highlight. For players experiencing issues when trying to log in, we believe this patch will address the issue for some. Now, I do want to emphasize for some, it doesn't look like this patch is going to be addressed for every single person. They did say in the last one that there are numerous things that are causing these sort of things. And while they can't, I guess, fix them all at one time, this supposedly is going to fix them for some. We haven't had any login issues, so I'm not really sure about that. I will have to say the couple times that I've logged in today, it's taken increasingly an incredible amount of time. So I don't know if it's just the fact that lots of extra players are jumping in that weren't able to before that's causing problems. But either way, let me know in the comments if this did fix it or if it didn't fix it. We are continuing to investigate further causes of this, and we'll have additional fixes in upcoming patches. For players experiencing performance issues and disconnects while multiplayer, we have addressed a number of issues in this update, and players should see improvements when playing with others. One thing that we did experience during streams is that every time we tried to squad up with other people, a lot of times we would get kicked off, or other people would get kicked off, disconnects while in the middle of the missions or just standing there. So hopefully that addresses this as well, because it's certainly like playing in a squad. It's definitely a lot of fun. We're also investigating the release of some additional server hotfixes that aim for further improvement matchmaking and reduce errors when joining online sessions. We are aware that there are other issues that are not yet addressed with this patch, but we know that we are laser focused on resolving critical issues as quickly as we can, and we have more fixes on the way in the future updates. We aim to follow up with weekly developer updates later in the week to address any questions you may have around the contents of this patch. We'll see you in Metropolis. So hopefully this does fix quite a few players in their login and connectivity and squatting up and all that stuff. But other changes this release to help players easily access end game. We have increased the reward for completing first Mayhem mission to 9,000 Promethium, up from 3,000. Now you need 1,000 Promethium for each incursion. And so that certainly helps. I mean, more is always better. We have increased the rewards for completing Raising Hell, which definitely was needed because Raising Hell was not, the loot was not very good. These increase with each tier for some pretty juicy loot and a bunch of other Promethium and crafting materials. New Promethium rewards and gear drops. Tier 1, 3,000, then 4,500, 6,000, 7,000, and then 8,000. Each tier also grants at least one legendary item. Taking out the hit squad will also grant a set of amount of gear drops in addition to completing Raising Hell. These drops can be legendary or notorious items, which is certainly nice. Tier 1, 3, and then 4, 5, 5, 5. And so when you get all the way down to 5, you should be getting 5 items and then 1 legendary item at least, and then 8,000 Promethium completing tier 5. So it's certainly worth it. And then once you get to max, you could keep doing max over and over and over again. Then we got enemies in hacks. Support squad missions will now prioritize a shield harvestable state over burning effect. This should make these missions easier to complete if using a build that often triggers the Diablo Blaze affliction for those using Black Mask Notorious firearms. We have updated DPS values for Notorious and Infamy firearms to be consistent across all weapons with their respective tier and rarity. I still think there are quite a few items, including legendaries, that certainly need their DPS bumped up, not just for Notorious and Infamy. Like I'm running, missions, incursions and stuff at the higher tiered level, and I'm not even shooting my weapon. And you'll see a video on that probably later today or maybe tomorrow. But I go through the whole entire thing and don't even shoot my weapon in some of them. So we do need DPS bumped up for a lot of items. Green Lantern's infused choppers and Lex's second support squad mission have now been replaced with non-infused choppers. Now we got a number of bug fixes as well. Now we're not going to read every single one of them. There are certainly quite a few of them. If you want to see the entire list, it is over on the Suicide Squad Twitter page. I did review all of these and look at them and see, which ones applied to me specifically, and there really wasn't a single one on here that I've necessarily experienced, but there are certainly quite a few of them that I have yet to see addressed. For example, a couple of bugs that I have experienced is that Boomerang, when doing incursion missions, he would sometimes completely disappear, where he would only have a boomerang. And it was really hard to try to focus on what I'm doing when he's completely invisible with all the stuff that is going on in it, and all you see is a boomerang. So that wasn't addressed on here. There was another one in which their perks on legendary items would sometimes completely disappear, which is definitely super annoying. I think that there was a fix to that, or like a workaround, but I don't necessarily remember what it was. I've also seen a couple bugs with specific items like the Halfister Boomerang, where it would kill an enemy that was under 50% health when you melee or harvest it, and it would not give you the charge for killing them in the incursion mission where you collect charges. I did report that specific bug as well. There's also been, other bugs that I have certainly experienced throughout the thing. I've had the loading Metropolis screen come in after I completed incursions. It did specifically say after collecting your first affliction from Ivy from loading Metropolis, but it didn't address like other instances of when this screen would pop up, and that's been multiple times for me, and I'd have to hard reset it. It did have, some obviously with matchmaking and things like that, but all the rest of them, I really haven't seen too much effect in my case. But apparently they certainly are bugs, and hopefully the other bugs that I do experience, hopefully they do address those as well. But like I said, there are certainly quite a few of them on here that they, fixed. And if you want to see the entire list, obviously go to the Twitter page, open up the site, look through all of these bugs and see which one of them actually apply to you. So overall, I think it's progress towards complete connectivity. I mean, I don't know how many players this is going to fix, if it's a very small percentage or if it's a big chunk of the percentage. It's also nice that we did get changes to the Raising Hell missions as well. Now, hopefully we do get better connectivity when connecting to squads. Hopefully we see some of those improvements when we do play. But other than that, I mean, like I said, I think it's at least progress towards, other people being able to play, because I know that there are still lots of people that have still never got on the game and still have never played and still never been able to do anything because of these connectivity issues. And hopefully at least those people do get fixed and they are able to get on the game. So let me know in the comments if this was able to help you, and if you're interested in coming and checking out one of the streams, go follow Twitch or subscribe to the YouTube page, because we do stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And typically I do have open squads, so people are more than welcome to jump in at any time. We just haven't been doing it a whole lot because of all the connectivity issues with squatting up, and as many times as people have been disconnected and kicked and all that stuff, we've kind of just not done it very often. So hopefully this does fix it and we can, continue to do that. But either way, like I said, I will have a video out later today on some of this in-game stuff as well. And so go check that out too. But either way, I will see y'all next time. Y'all take it easy. Hopefully y'all are having a good week so far. We are out. Peace.